It's race day 2 of the Highland Fling. Everyone is up and sprightly, and we are looking forward, counting down the minutes to the start. Judging by the copious amounts of radios and bum bags and equipment that is hanging off this Doughboys van, waste, look at it, it's amazing. I think he has some form of importance here. Hugh, could you tell us your role with the Highland Fling?
I'm the head baker at the Fling, so we got the ovens warming up here in Bundanoon, and we're ready to hand out about $15,000 worth of dough here, and yeah, the Fling is going to start pretty soon. And
what's with all the bread remarks?
Well, it's the best Fling since sliced bread. So that's the theme. Look, there you go. There's the loaf. There's the loaf. So we've got a bit of a bread theme happening out on the course, and yeah.
How many riders do we have in this competition?
We got about 2,000 riders this year, all up.
And they're all doing the one race, or there's a few different races? I think
there's those doing the thin sliced, which is the half Fling. We've got the thick sliced, which is the full Fling. The full Fling is about 112 kilometres. Half Fling is about 60. We've got the fruit loaf, which is the 100 mile. It's about 161 kilometres it should be, the Imperial 100, but it's going to be about 170 kilometres. We've added a few extra slices to the loaf for the 100 milers. And then there's those also, we've got about 150 people doing a casual Fling as well. So
it's a few of my favourite Flings.
So casual Fling's always a good one, as long as the wife doesn't know.
Now I'm here with Jason, who is the sweep for the casual Fling. Just the casual Fling, or all the events?
Just the casual Fling today. Yeah, it's all I can do.
Best Fling since sliced bread. Woo!
The casual Fling's about 16 kilometres. Is that right?
Approximately that. Yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. About 16.
But I noticed that you have a set of A-up lights on your helmet. Is that because you're pessimistic that in actual fact you might be out there for not 4 hours, but in actual fact about 15 hours?
Yeah, some people, it's a long day in the saddle, and I've got 12 hours worth of batteries in my bag. So if we do get stuck, I'll SOS and start a fire, and we'll get home.
So 12 hours from nightfall, you could be the sweep. You're prepared to be the sweep until dawn tomorrow morning for the casual Fling. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I've got the world's smallest tent in my backpack. Yeah.
A set of backgammon to keep things entertained.
Yeah, and War and Peace. I hope that's a good read. I'm going to get into that.
The race follows a unique route that takes the riders out from Bundanoon on great farmland tracks and eventually into Penrose State Forest, before riding through more farmland to the Wingelow village, which marks the end of the ground effect stage. From here, riders move on to the Terratini wine stage and enter the beautiful forest and gully country of Wingelow State Forest, including the network of single track. Riders then loop back to the Wingelow village, and for the Goose stage, will follow a different route into the Penrose State Forest and eventually back to Bundanoon. The riders will experience single track, open paddock, rough four-wheel drive tracks, dirt roads and just a tiny amount of sealed road. The Highland Fling will certainly test all who take the challenge.
tell me that's a Movember moustache?
Let me turn on the side, a little bit of sun, and I call it a bit of a choc caramel. Caramel vanilla, actually.
Like you've eaten an ice cream and forgot to wipe your mouth?
Yeah. Pretty much, almost like Napolitana. If you look at the colour of my skin, the bottom of my mo and the top bit, I'm pretty much a Napolitana ice cream.
It is Cameron Ivory in second, and Kyle Ward has just come across the line in third. Did you think you were going to catch him, Kyle? You didn't? Really? That's a little bit pessimistic of you. You're getting around on a carbon specialised 29-inch wheeled bicycle. Is that? Can you confirm or deny that?
Confirm.
Confirm. Why does everyone want to know about specialised 29ers?
They're the first company to have made a commercial race 29er. I've got friends that work at Specialised and they let me have this one a bit early last year, and I wouldn't change it for anything now. It's the fastest bike I've ever ridden.
Yeah, it's good. The conditions were awesome. Really good. It was actually quite dry. Yeah, and the signage was great and all the volunteers were great and the riders were fantastic. Great camaraderie out there. So it's always good to ride here, and you know I love Three Ring Circus as well, so it's just a great place to train.
This is, what is it, Ben? This is Ben the baker from Canberra. Ben, what have you brought along to the best fling thin sliced bread?
This is a novelty bread piece made entirely out of bread. It's I call the I Forgot My Brakes award.
Jason, you're hardly even puffing. Are you aware of that?
I think my heart rate monitor has something wrong with it. It's
What does it say? What does it say there?
well, at the Worlds, I think my average is 129 beats a minute for the race. I think looking at 170 plus for the whole race. I don't know how to hurt like this. It's crazy stuff.
You're outraged at being made to work so hard for your $2,500 here today.
I was looking forward to it. I'd prefer a 24, lower intensity, more fun, more food. This stuff for the the elite guys, they're crazy. I love the pain. Oh, it was a strange one. I was sort of sitting back in 5th or 6th with a few boys. I don't know who was up the road, but about halfway through, I think Matt Fleming and Pete Hatton were up there and quite comfortably. So I was with Sean Lewis and Andy Blair, and we sort of rode around together and tried to bridge across a little bit. I ended up leaving them just before the last transition and managed to get across to Matt and Pete Hatton, which and they seemed to be in a bit of pain. I was too, so it was all equal. But then at the end, I think there was a few too many hills that I wasn't expecting, and I think the other guys weren't expecting as well. So I think I've got a little bit of endurance under the belt, which might have played a part in the end. I've got a fairly quick bike, which is for sale after this race. Come and see me.
Ladies, we have second Peter Hatton and Andy Blair. What a race for second. But it's always good to see the elite level riders close to spewing at the finish line. How did the race play out?
Hot. I was worried this morning about whether I was going to have enough liquid, and I just think today that was probably the most important thing for everybody out there, to have lots of liquid, because it was a really, really hot race, so it was all about keeping hydrated. So.
What music were you listening to?
It kind of stopped. I was in the middle of a big Dire Straits Fleetwood Mac marathon.
just shy of 7 hours.
Yeah, it was tough. Very tough. Hot, long.
What's the attraction of 100 miles?
There's no real attraction. It's I thought I might have a chance of winning, so I gave it a go.
Alistair, tell us, what was the format you were running today?
Kind of like survival's a good word for it. I was just looking to leave nothing in the tank and smash out the middle section. Like Rich did the first one, I had to do about 56 odd Ks and go hard, and then in between all that, apply lube to all the people's chains that came into the little transition station.
There's a lot of lube going on.
A lot of lube too.
There's a lot of happy campers out there.
With that mow it would have been, I can imagine.
A lot of happy endings, I can tell you.
Gosh.
What is it about derailleurs that you hate so much that would make you ride your bike 100 miles without any gears?
Well, I've seen a few guys rip them off, so, you know.
You also don't have, are they fully rigid front forks, are they?
Yeah, fully rigid, yeah. Yeah, they're good.
Christ almighty, the hits just keep on coming.
Well, there you go. The best fling since sliced bread for 2010, and handing out all the dough at the presentations too. We hope to see you back here again next year in 2011.